What would AP Xin Zhao do if he wasn't this gay?
Probably suck. Quite a lot, but we'll try and make them work out anyway. Since the release of Civ's video in Season 3, 5 seasons have passed, and Xin Zhao has received a few nerfs and buffs and just overall champion changes to his AP playstyle, so let's go through them. The main change was the addition of Xin Zhao's new W, which does absolutely nothing to help AP Xin Zhao. However, as a side effect of the change, Riot had split Xin Zhao's old W into his E, causing it to be even better to be maxed out, but it had its damage severely neutered, and it no longer reduces its cooldown with extra levels on it, making it a pretty bad max without AP to back it up. The other half of Xin Zhao's old W has become his new passive. Because of these changes, we can now start and max with our Q first. This allows Xin Zhao to have a stronger early game and provide more reduction to all of his cooldowns due to his Q's effect. Afterwards, we max our E for the damage and gap close and the attack speed buff it gives. Finally, we have to max our W, which is quite pointless as it has no AP scaling. The most use we'll probably find out of our W is to slow or kill a minion. Unlike the edgily named Wind Becomes Lightning, Xin's new ultimate is goddamn cool for AP Xin. Being able to be immune to damage outside of your effective range is very awesome. The ability works by dealing 15% current HP as a flat damage to all enemies around you, knocking them all back except for his challenged enemy, and then on top of this grants the immunity field for 3 seconds, which is also increased by how many auto attacks he does while its effectors are active. As we'll be able to reach 2.5 attack speed, this immunity will be active as long as you're in range of a target to auto attack. The rune system has also changed, along with the removal of some great masteries. But a new hero rune has arrived, Fleet Footwork. This keystone heals us based on our AP and AD, and also provides a small move speed bonus when procced. The keystone also charges based on auto attacks and movements, which as AP Zim will be doing a lot of. The rest of the new runes also help out. Overheal can provide an extra useful shield when we overheal, as we might do pretty easily with all our inbuilt sustain and healing. Next we take Legend Alacrity for extra and free 18% attack speed, and then we take Last Stand. As we have so much sustain, it's very likely we'll be in the sweet spot quite often to gain maximum effectiveness from Last Stand. For our secondary runes, we can take either the Iron Skin or Mirror Shell for extra resistances, which increase by 5% if we've healed for more than 20 HP, which of course we will have. To finish off, we'll get Revitalize. This is basically the self-healing buff from Windspeaker's Blessing, except it's not a keystone anymore. An added bonus of going into Resolve is that we'll gain extra HP for the early game. Speaking of our early game, we want to start with Aggression, abusing our base damages from our Q. For this reason we'll be taking our Doran's Blade. Depending on how our lane goes, we might be buying quite a few more of these as they're just perfect for our build. Next, we pick up a pickaxe if we can pick one up, or start building towards our Berserker's Greaves. Now, at this point, we'll have successfully fooled our team and enemies that we are useful, or at the very least, not a complete idiot. However, we now change this by building a Blasting one to get a Gwinsu's Rage Blade. This item is heaven sent for any on-hit lover. The best part of this item is not the AP or attack speed, but its passive, which will eventually trigger our own passive in 2 autos instead of 3, almost doubling our healing. Next, we get a Nash's Tooth. Its passive synergizes with Gwinsu's for amazing hybrid damage. Its 20% CDR shouldn't be forgotten either. This lower CDR helps extraordinarily to get our only gap closer off cooldown quicker. With these 2 items you can 1v2 most situations and become a split pushing monster. Beyond these items is where you will get incredibly confused and sad at what you want to buy as you'll want everything. Azonia's for extra CDR and armor. GLP, extra CDR and sticking potential and mana. Abyssal Mask, extra CDR, HPN and mana. Rabadons, brute damage. Deadman's Plate, a bruiser's best friend. Realize, HP and a free show. And Spirit Visage, the best friend of healers. You could not have more choice with your items, and almost cannot go wrong with it. Almost. If you get a Gunblade, you'll probably regret it. While its stats are good for AP Zen, it doesn't provide enough in the way of buying more time to regenerate back HP, and we can't even use its active effectively either. To be honest, it's at this point where the theory of a working AP Xin Zhao dies. Like, How the hell do you do anything late game? If you get to this point, you will most likely lose. The best you can do is try to assassinate an enemy carry with your lackluster burst, or to try be a fake frontline by healing through all the pain you'll be taking. There's not really much options here. In the mid game though, Xin will shine. At his third item, he can split push incredibly effectively with great skirmishing on 1v1 potential. He can solo pretty much anything, including Rift Herald, Towers and Baron. He can also 1v1 anyone, as long as they're not a bruiser, or they've built Ninja Tabis. Ninja Tabis are the devil of AP Xin Zhao, and there isn't anything you can do against it. There is no hope. Next up, something different and not League of Legends, but Overwatch.